Welcome to the Craze in 10 or less. This is the show where I give it to you in 10 minutes or under, and if I don't, I am not a man
Liar,
of my
liar,
word.
pants on fire.
So, breaking news. Breaking news. DC Comics separates from Diamond Distributors. That is not surprising. Not surprising at all. I'll tell you why. If you watched What the Heck is Going On, one of my earlier episodes on the Craze in 10 or less, here's a snippet. Earlier today, comic book publisher Alternate Comics shared news widely that they were pulling all of their solicitations from Diamond. But I think it's pretty fascinating that we have one publisher that's doing something different. How many will follow suit? I did say when Alterna decided to go direct market during the Diamond shutdown period that it might be a domino effect. And it might have an impact. And George and I discussed this, and he felt that Diamond would be okay, because it had a monopoly on the industry. Not so much anymore. So, the Hollywood Reporter at 10 a.m. This morning, 10:17 a.m., released an article. It says the publisher will no longer distribute through the industry leader in comic distribution. And I'll just read this. In a seismic shift for the comic book industry, DC has cut ties with Diamond Distributors. The announcement was made via an email to retailers sent Friday morning, with the company telling customers that all orders for DC products will be fulfilled by Lunar Distribution and UCS Comic Distributors for periodical releases and Penguin Random House for graphic novels and collected editions. An email sent to retailers explained, we recognize that to many of you this may seem like a momentous decision. However, we can assure you that this change in DC's distribution plans has not been made lightly and follows a long period of thought and consideration. The change of direction is in line with DC's overall strategic vision intended to improve the health of and strengthen the direct market, as well as grow the number of fans who read comics worldwide. The message continued. In the near term, Diamond will only be fulfilling orders placed through June 1st, final cutoff, and will not solicit the sale of new DC titles further. To ensure a smooth transition for retailers, DC will suspend final order cutoffs for June 8th, making those books available to order on final order cutoffs on June 15th. A spokesperson for DC told The Hollywood Reporter, after 25 years, DC and Diamond Comic Distributors are ending their long-standing relationship. Moving forward, comic book retailers can obtain their DC books and Penguin Random House books, or their books and periodicals through Lunar or UCS Comic Book Distributors. Never heard of them. DC continues to be committed to providing the direct market with best class and service and fans worldwide. And the fans will with the largest, greatest comic books. Wow, so DC's periodical product had until earlier this year been exclusively distributed by Comic Distributors, which holds a virtual monopoly on comic book distribution in North America. So here's where the table started turning for Diamond. Following Diamond's decision to close down as a result of COVID-19 pandemic in mid-March, followed by Diamond announcing that it would withhold payment to publishers citing flow problems, DC announced plans to find alternative distribution. Crazy. The company eventually settled on two newly created companies, Lunar Distribution and USC Comic Distributors. So, what does this mean? Who else will follow? So Alterna said, I'm not going to allow these guys to control my purse. We're going to get our product out to the stores. DC said, you're withholding funds because of cash flow problems and you're not soliciting for the next couple months. All right. Here's an opportunity to change direction. Who else is going to follow suit? Does this open doors for a lot of the little guys, considering Diamond is going to be in need of, to fill that gap? They have to fill that big void. That's a huge void. Think about how many titles are in the pipeline for DC Comics. Think about what that means. Oh, layoffs. Now the pandemic has caused a lot of layoffs, but there were like, well, actually there were furloughs, which led into layoffs. But what does that mean? How many people will Diamond have to cut in order to not take too much of a loss financially? Where do they get the backup from? How do they fill that gap? Do they become less strict on how to be distributed through Diamond for the little guys? You know what I'm saying? Do they loosen that knot? Because they make it really difficult for the little guys to be distributed through them. So the little guys have to find direct market or alternatives to get their product out there. This is nuts. I saw this. I wasn't about to do this show. I was getting ready to upload a show. I'm not going to tell you the title, but I was getting ready to upload a different segment, and this came up, and I was like, oh, man, I got to talk about this. And, you know, right now I'm getting hit up by George Medina because he got it from GamesRadar.com, DC Breaks Ties. So he's in LA, and he's hitting me up saying, yo, the dominoes are falling. So we're of the same mindset. So I can't get him on the show because he's in LA. But this is pretty epic news. Now, there's two ways to look at this. The beginning of the end for the comic book industry and comic book retailers, or the beginning of something new, something bigger, something greater, an opportunity for the small guys to play, an opportunities for an improved way of working with retailers in direct market. Man, this is fantastic news in a sense that sometimes you got to shake the tree, see what comes out. You know? So, what are your thoughts? How do you feel about this newfound change in direction? I'd love to see what happens next. Who joins the bandwagon? And I have to look up Lunar Distribution. It says newly created companies. Who created these companies? Are they owned by DC Comics? UCS, Comic Distributors, and Lunar Distribution. So I have to do some research on that and get back to you guys. But I wanted to share this with you because it's pretty interesting. And I did say it. Go back to, if you didn't see it, what the heck is going on. I'll show you the episode in a second. But I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera. This is the Crazy 10LS. DC Comics Breaks with Diamond. The chips have fallen and the plot continues to thicken. Dang. Peace out.